Media refers to the medium through which communication occurs. Any act of communication facilitated by a medium can be considered media. The focus is specifically on mass media, which includes institutions like newspapers, magazines, television, and the film industry that produce and disseminate text on a large scale within the framework of capitalist modernity. The mass media's primary functions are to provide information, entertainment, and education, thereby playing a pivotal role in shaping public consciousness. The history of media reveals its evolution alongside cultural and technological advancements. The 15th century marked a significant turning point with the invention of the printing press by Gutenberg, which enabled the mass production of texts such as literary works for broader dissemination. This development laid the groundwork for subsequent media forms like newspapers and periodicals in the 16th and 17th centuries. By the 19th century, the media landscape expanded further with the establishment of the book and newspaper industries, reflecting an increasing readership and the availability of leisure time. The 20th and 21st centuries ushered in the era of electronic and new media, introducing transformative technologies that added new dimensions to communication and cultural exchange. Media functions as a tool for cultivating attitudes and behaviors that align individuals with specific socio-economic systems such as capitalism. By providing a shared pool of knowledge, media integrates individuals into a common cultural and ideological framework. Beyond its informational and entertainment roles, media also shapes societal norms by offering role models and behavioral templates. For example, advertisements frequently portray idealized representations of gender roles, such as the archetype of a nurturing mother or a responsible father, subtly reinforcing cultural expectations and norms. Media is not merely a channel for content, but a powerful institution that influences how societies perceive and organize themselves. Through its historical development and its role in shaping culture, media demonstrates its capacity to reflect, perpetuate, and sometimes challenge the socio-economic and cultural orders within which it operates. The scope of media studies has undergone significant transformation due to the impact of cultural studies methodologies. This symbiosis has introduced new ways of examining media texts, not merely as objects of consumption, but as signifying systems rich in meaning. Media texts, ranging from daily news broadcasts to radio programs, are now analyzed as cultural artifacts to be decoded. Cultural studies, particularly semiological criticism, equips scholars with tools to dissect these texts and uncover the layers of meaning embedded within them. Political economy remains a foundational aspect, focusing on production, distribution, and consumption, while addressing the broader socio-cultural patterns tied to media practices. The study of the relationship between media, texts, and audiences has gained prominence, exploring how segmented and diverse audiences engage with media based on their unique needs, preferences, and socio-demographic. The interaction between media and audiences has evolved beyond the traditional notion of passive reception. Audiences are increasingly viewed as active participants who interpret and sometimes resist the messages presented to them. The shift in focus acknowledges the complexity of modern media consumption, where age, cultural background, and individual preferences influence how media is received. For instance, younger audiences may gravitate towards specific types of content. Older audiences may have entirely different expectations. This dynamic interaction between media and audience highlights the need to understand media as a resource, empowering individuals to engage with and critique media representations critically. Audiences are no longer passive consumers but informed participants who can challenge and even take in against media that they find problematic or misrepresentative. Cultural studies approach to media also delves into the broader patterns of cultural meaning that arise from political, feminist, and race based critiques. Media studies have moved beyond micro level analysis, seeking to uncover the wider implications of media representations in shaping cultural hegemony, ideologies, and identity formations. Concepts such as polysemy, which refers to the multiple meanings derived from media texts by diverse audiences, highlight the heterogeneity of interpretations. Media influences time, space, and routine behaviors in profound ways. For example, regular viewership of a favorite television program can shape daily schedules and routines, embedding media practices deeply into the fabric of everyday life. The shift in perspective from media as a form of power to media as a resource is a notable development in media studies. While media still wields significant influence, audiences today are more discerning and capable of using media to serve their purposes. This evolving role of media highlights its duality as both a site of influence and a tool for resistance. Dallas Smith's concept of the audience commodity complicates this understanding by suggesting that audiences, through their engagement with media, perform a kind of invisible labor. This labor, situated within the home, extends to various aspects of life, including leisure, consumer behavior, and decision making, demonstrating how deeply media intertwines with social processes and relationships. The study of audiences has also shifted focus toward issues of subjectivity and identity, examining how media consumption influences personal and collective self perception. Media forms such as advertisements often attempt to shape identity by projecting idealized images, prompting audiences to align with these representations. However, audiences are not passive recipients of such messages. They resist, negotiate, and reinterpret media content based on their experiences and cultural context. This interaction aligns with the uses and gratification approach, which emphasizes the agency of audiences in seeking satisfaction and constructing meaning from media. Media studies today encapsulate a rich interplay of power, resistance, identity, and cultural meaning, reflecting the multifaceted nature of modern media consumption and its profound societal impact.